I want to be anywhere but here. Anywhere but standing right here, in the middle of this too-cold room that all but reeks of pain and misery, and a heavy dose of antiseptic. I send Hudson a quick smile before turning to face the rest of the gang. What do we do first? Macy speaks softly, but my cousin's question echoes through the destroyed clinic, bouncing off the empty walls and broken beds like a gunshot. It's the million-dollar question, the billion-dollar question. And right now, in front of Macy and our friends, I don't have a clue how to answer it. To be fair, I've been in shock since we showed up at Katmere, and found it ransacked with blood-spattered walls, wrecked rooms, and every single student and professor missing. And now to find out that Flint's leg couldn't be saved? I'm devastated, and the fact that he's trying so hard to be strong only makes it 1,000,000 times worse. Now, an hour later, I may be cleaner after my shower, but I am still reeling from the devastation of it all. Even worse, as I look from one friend's face to the next, Jaxon, Flint, Raphael, Liam, Byron, Mackay, Eden, Macy, Hudson, it's clear they're as shaken as I am. And no one seems to have any more clue than I do about what happens next. Then again, what is there to do at a time like this, when the entire world as you know it is ending, and you're caught in the middle, watching it crumble brick by brick? At a time when every wall you shore up just leaves an opening for everything else to collapse around you. It's not the first time we've suffered loss these last few months, but it is the first time since my parents died that everything feels truly hopeless for us all. Even when I was alone on the Ludaris field, I knew things would be okay. If not for me, then for the people I cared about. Or fighting the giants with Hudson, I always knew he would survive. And when we were on the unkillable beast island, fighting the vampire king and his troops, I still felt like we had a chance. Still felt like we could somehow find a way to defeat Cyrus and his unholy alliances. And in the end, when he fled, we thought we had done it. Thought we had at least won the battle, if not the war. Thought the sacrifices, the so very, very many sacrifices we had made had been worth it. Until we got back here, to Katmere, and realized we hadn't been fighting a war at all, or even a battle. No, what had been life and death for us, what had brought us to our knees and sent us sinking into an abyss of despair, hadn't been a battle at all. Instead, it had been little more than a playdate, one meant to keep the children occupied while the adults took care of winning the real war. I feel like a fool and a failure. Because even knowing Cyrus can't be trusted, even knowing he has a plethora of tricks up his sleeve, we fell for it. Worse, some of us even died for it. Luca died for it, and now Flint has lost his leg. Judging from the looks on the faces of every single person in the infirmary, I'm not the only one who feels like this. A bitter mix of agony and rage hangs heavy among us. So heavy that there is barely room to feel anything else. Barely room to think anything else.